Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to look at how Arsenal will line up against Olympiacos. So first of all, we're going to look at the formation, and many may say put the 3-4-3 formation, but for me I think Arteta is going to stick with the 4-2-3-1 because 4-2-3-1 is a formation that mostly works, but sometimes always leads to errors like against Burnley. But I think that's the most dominant formation that Arteta is going to go with, and I think it suits more of our players that we have around us. So in terms of the goalkeeper, this is going to be obviously the easiest option because it's going to be Bernd Leno. I would love to see Matt Ryan be given a go, but hopefully he gets opportunities in the Premier League. But it's going to be more or less Bernd Leno unless he has an injury or if he has any suspension such as a red card or a yellow card. So we're going to start off with the left back position, and this position is obviously going to be filled by one man, and we know how important this person is to us, and his name is Kieran Tierney, and he shows us why we need him, because when we didn't have him our form just dipped, but when we bring him back our form just went so high up. And I think for us it's a priority to get a left back cover for Kieran Tierney because we need someone that can do at least not similar, at least to some certain degree to similarities with Kieran Tierney. So we're going to go with the left centre-back position, and many may say Gabriel Magalhaes, but for me, this player has shown some calmness, has shown some stability, has shown some experience, and he has shown that he's a gem that Arsenal have in their hands right now, and his name is Pablo Mari. And I think Mari is someone that is so underrated right now in the Arsenal team. Many people underrated him because of his price tag, but I think this guy is going to be a solid defender right now. And it looks like our previous manager Unai Emery wants Pablo Mari as well. So in terms of the right centre back position, this is going to give us a lot of questions. Should we go with the likes of David Luiz, or should we go with the Rob Holding, or should we even play Gabriel Magalhaes in the right centre back position? But for me, I think we're going to go with David Luiz. He looks like our most on-form defender alongside Pablo Mari at the moment. He's someone that's starting to solidify his spots at the Arsenal lineup, and hopefully for his sake, he would want to get a new contract extension at the Gunners. But for me, I would like to see other players such as Willian next season to be given a chance. But right now, at this current time, I would like to see David Luiz partner with Pablo Mari in defence. So now we're going to go to the right back position, and that's going to be Cedric Soares. And he was given a rest against Burnley, and many were questioning why was he not in the squad, and it's because he was being rested. And you can see that Arteta has a keen eye for Cedric Soares to start against Olympiacos. And the thing about Hector Bellerin is he's a decent player when it comes going forward, but his positioning at certain times and his ability to defend certain moments is something that he lacks. And I think Cedric Soares has both of them. And if we're going to look further up in my lineup, we're going to see why Cedric Soares is going to be starting in this game. So next up, in the left centre mid position, and even though he had a bad game against Burnley, he's someone that needs a little bit more confidence, someone that needs to just play in that lineup consistently, someone that's been playing for Arsenal for a very long time in a consistent period right now. He hasn't been dropped off, he has been playing every single match, and his name is Granit Xhaka. And Xhaka, even though he has his mistakes here and there, he's someone that wants to make sure that he doesn't mess it up again, and he wants to prove the haters wrong again. And it's a good spirit to have, but sometimes it gets a bit too cocky and it just ends up going the wrong direction. But for Granit Xhaka, he's someone that's probably Mikel Arteta is going to start, and that's someone that's definitely going to be in the lineup in my opinion. And alongside him is going to be one man that I think is crucial to this lineup, and his name is Thomas Partey. And Thomas Partey is someone that's crucial to the squad in my opinion. Without him, the ball progression from defence to attack is so slow. There's no intensity, and I think Thomas Partey is someone that can really show his abilities, as he said on his press conference and his latest interview, that his good games were against Manchester United and against Wolves. And I was particularly impressed by what he done against Wolves. The balls he was pinging towards bukayo Saka, he had 3-4 chances to make it 3-4-0, but that game turned on its shoulders, isn't it? And in terms of the left wing position now, it's going to bring a lot of doubts. Should we go with the likes of Willian? Should we go with the likes of Aubameyang playing at the left wing? Should we bring back Emil Smith-Rowe into the left wing position? And this position is going to have a lot of doubts, in my opinion. And who is Arteta going to go with? But I think Arteta could go with this player, and I think it's purely because what he did when he came against Burnley. He came on and he had so many chances. He changed the tempo of the game and he made a huge influence. And his name is Nicolas Pepe. And I'm going to put him on the left-hand side of the pitch because I think he can also put Bukayo Saka there. But as we see alongside the lineup, when I start to finish it up, you'll see the reasons behind my choice. But I think Nicolas Pepe on the left-hand side is going to create some problems to that right-back position, in my opinion. You got the likes of Kieran Tierney and Nicolas Pepe just bombing down the left-hand side, and you got Nicolas Pepe who can cut inside and take a shot or two, and hopefully his right foot has improved much better, because when it comes to him playing on the right wing, we all know that he's going to cut into his left-hand side. But he's starting to be more clinical because we need an overlapping fullback past him, and that's in the form of Kieran Tierney, who's always overlapping their attacker. So now we're going to go into the centre attacking midfield option, and I would love to see Emil Smith-Rowe there, but everyone probably would see, and I think Arteta would definitely go with Martin Ødegaard, and he's someone that can pick a killer pass, in my opinion. He's got the technique and ability to show why he's a top player, why he was rooted to be one of the top players in the world in a few years back. But you can see signs of what his ability is, but hopefully he gets 1 or 2 assists in this game to have a good impact, in my opinion. And I think Smith-Rowe could easily play there as well, but we have this player, we have this gem in our hands, and Smith-Rowe can always play next season as well. But when it comes to Martin Ødegaard, try to get the most use out of him, in my opinion. That's what these loans are for. And in terms of the right winger position, many may say Willian, many may say other players, but for me, this man is the one man that's going to play there. His name is Bukayo Saka. He's even had a contract agreement with New Balance at the moment, and things are looking high for him. We even saw in the 5 Things Spotted video. If you guys haven't checked that one out, make sure you guys check that video out. It's the previous video to this one. I'll leave a link at the start of the video so you can see. And Bukayo Saka is starting to show signs of why he's a top player. He is now the most youngest prospect to go the furthest, and he's at top of the rankings when it comes to young players as well. So he's starting to do big things at a small age, and that's only certain players that can do that abilities, and we got that Bukayo Saka in our hands. And I think Bukayo Saka on the right hand side with the likes of Cedric Suarez behind him, I think there's a good balance between the two players. I wouldn't mind seeing Saka and Nicolas Pepe switch, because I thought Saka against Burnley was a bit poor. I'm not going to be rude or anything. I love the guy. I'm not trying to demotivate him, but obviously this will give him some motivation. But I think he was poor against Burnley. He had 1 or 2 chances where he fluffed the lines, but obviously he can start to improve against Olympiacos and show his abilities once more. But him and Nicolas Pepe are going to be the wingmen, as the Arsenal team have already claimed in their Twitter account. So now up front is the main position. We got 2 players here that are good friends outside the pitch, are fighting for the same position on the pitch, and we got another player in the form of Gabriel Martinelli, who has disagreements with Mikel Arteta about what position he is going to play. He wants to play on the left wing role. Arteta sees him as a striker, and we got the likes of Eddie Nketiah, who featured in training today and was heavily featured smiling, so he might have some part to do in the Olympiacos game as well. And we got the likes of Balogun. No one knows what's happening with him. I think he's leaving the Gunners, and it's going to be another young prospect. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully wish all the best for him, but hopefully it's not another player that we lose, like the likes of Serge Gnabry and other players. But for me, I think when it comes to Alexandre Lacazette or Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, I think Arteta is going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and he's someone that's in a good confidence right now. He's got the goal against Burnley, and I think it's a good time to get that goal, because he's starting to show signs of what he's doing. When I saw that goal he scored against Benfica, I thought it was really that top abilities is coming back to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and he even stated in one of the Arsenal videos that the reason why he's been on poor form recently is because of the fans, and if he has a crowd behind him, it gives him motivation, and hopefully he's got some motivation from that video that the fans are always behind him. We are all going to love the guy. Certain moments he has mistakes here and there, but these dips in form do happen, and I think it's justified for a fan base to get annoyed about the situation, but the fan base should change their minds when they start to perform again. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang started to perform again, and he's someone that can break that slow defense, in my opinion. You got the likes of Socrates, he wants to have sweet revenge back, but you got the Gunners, the whole Gunners team, he wants to get sweet revenge back against Olympiacos. And hopefully Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is someone that can break that line and score a goal for the Gunners. So this is the lineup I'm going to go with. Hopefully you guys agree with me, but if you guys don't agree with me, make sure you guys leave it in the comments below. And I think there might be a few problems here or there from you guys. I'll probably say maybe why not Gabriel Magalhaes instead of Pablo Mari, and I would like to see Gabriel Magalhaes as well, but I think Pablo Mari has started to show more impressive performances, in my opinion. And with him in the team, I think the Gunners are much more solidified and much more calm and much more delicate when it comes to not making mistakes. But even though against Burnley you did make a mistake, so I think Pablo Mari, when it comes to Gabriel Magalhaes, he starts to look a bit rash here and there, and he makes silly mistakes sometimes. And with David Luiz next to him, we all know what David Luiz is capable of doing when it comes to the negative side, but we also know what he's capable of doing when it comes to the positive side. So, and many may say, why not Ceballos instead of Granit Xhaka? But I think Xhaka is someone that's going to be a regular starter in this Gunners team until the end of the season. And Ceballos, we don't want to see what he done against Benfica in the second leg, even though he did perform very well before that. And maybe some people guys want to see Willian instead of Nicolas Pepe, but I think Nicolas Pepe deserves his chance, in my opinion. Hopefully he was rested because of this game, because then it's starting to show bias again, and that's the only thing I really don't like about Mikel Arteta. He's showing bias towards certain players, and that's what I don't want my manager to do. And maybe some people might say Ødegaard, why not Emil Smith-Rowe, and why not Lacazette instead of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and I've stated the reasons before. But other than that, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys remain blessed, stay tuned to the next video, and peace.